You will become all of yourself if you say yes to yourself, and you will burn out if you don't say yes to yourself. It is calling you for a reason, and it is pure joy to take that next step forward, even when you don't know what it looks like on the other side. No one is coming to give you permission to live the life that you actually want. Most people spend years waiting, waiting for approval, waiting for certainty, waiting for the right moment. But the truth is, you already have it. That moment is here, and you own the permission slip. I'm Paige Williams. I am a transformational coach, an executive coach, and author of the 12 Creative Keys. My work is about creative leadership and narrative intelligence. I help people become all of themselves so that they can lead without self-abandonment. If you're here and this resonates, make sure you subscribe to the channel below. This is where we talk about real moments of change, leadership, reinvention, and identity shifts. This is a live coaching show. You can call in or text the show anytime to 1-801-THE-KEYS. That's 1-801-843-5397. So listen, no one is coming to give you permission. You own the permission slip. Most people are waiting. They're waiting for a boss. They're waiting for a partner. They're waiting for timing. They're waiting for proof. But the truth is that you already own the permission slip. What people actually need is not permission. They need courage to act on what they already know. And this is where narrative intelligence comes in. People don't struggle because they lack clarity all of the time. They struggle because they're trying to keep living inside of a story that has already ended or is ending. And so something feels off. You overthink, you hesitate, you try to force alignment, but the real shift has already happened internally. So let me name this clearly. You are not lost. You are between chapters. You are in the threshold. Here's a call from Jessica. Jessica from Boston asks, I know something is not right in my role anymore. Nothing is technically wrong. How do I trust that feeling without blowing up my life? Jessica, this is the moment where your internal story has already changed, but your external life has not caught up yet. And most people are waiting for something to break. But the truth is, the awareness is the signal, okay? Not the crisis. The awareness is the signal. So the question becomes, what is no longer true for me here? And then the next question is, what is one small way that I can start honoring that truth? You don't have to blow anything up, Jessica. Please don't blow anything up. But you do have to stop overriding yourself, okay? So let me just take a moment and say, if you're listening to this and you recognize yourself in Jessica's question, drop a comment below. What is something in your life that you know is no longer true? What are you dealing with? And if you want to be in a space where we actually explore that in real time, you can come join my free leadership circle. Okay. It's a free community of women who are navigating these exact kinds of transitions and learning how to trust what is true now. Okay, call number 2 comes from Marissa. Marissa from Austin asks, I have clarity on what I want next, but I keep hesitating. I don't know if it's fear or if it's just not the right time. Marissa, it's almost always fear because clarity creates responsibility. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So now the question becomes, are you willing to become the person who acts on it? 12 Creative Keys are not about finding your dream. They are about becoming the person who can live it. So instead of asking, is it the right time? Ask, what version of me would move on this now? And take one step from that new version. Thank you, Marissa, for the call. Call number 3 comes from Danielle. Danielle from Seattle asks, I have built a successful career, but it doesn't feel like me anymore. How do I figure out what's actually true for me now? Danielle, this is what happens when you have outgrown an identity that once worked. Success can keep you stuck. No doubt about it, because it looks right from the outside, and often it's the golden handcuffs, right? But internally, something for you has shifted. So the work here is not more strategy. The work is not pushing it down. The work is honesty. What is no longer fitting? What are you maintaining that no longer reflects who you are, Danielle? Because truth creates clarity faster than thinking ever will. And once you tell the truth, your next chapter begins. All three of these questions come back to one thing: trusting what you already know. Okay? The path doesn't appear before you move. You have an inclination, it's sticking with you, it's an inside story that you are not trusting. And in order to get clarity, you must take a first move towards that new identity, towards that new story. And the thing is that it takes key number one: willingness. And once you become willing to take that move, you feel a little hope. Like, oh, maybe I can figure this out. And it takes courage to move when you're in a situation that used to work and it no longer works. And what happens is once you take creative key 1 through 3, you go willingness, courage, and hope. You realize there's something you must surrender. And surrender is a huge key. There is something in you that is holding back from creating that change in your life. And once you surrender, you have to trust and release that you're going to figure it out. And then you take an honest inventory of what's true next, and you shed whatever is no longer serving you. You just say, okay, you used to serve me, but you no longer serve me. And that's a huge action. And what happens after we shed is we create internal space and we get quiet. And we listen to our intuition. That's creative key 9. And then once we are done listening, we take the aligned action, creative key 10, towards the next right moves. And why do we do all of this? For creative key 11 in service. There is a reason that you are being called to evolve. There is a reason that you are being called into a threshold moment. It is for love and service to yourself and to others. And you may not even know exactly what that means yet, but know that that is true. Otherwise, things would just be going on as natural. Things would just be as they were before that tug started in on you. And what happens as a result of taking that aligned action is you get to become even more of yourself and without self-abandonment. And that, my friends, is awakening. By doing this YouTube show for you, I am becoming more of myself, doing exactly what I was called to do. I didn't say yes right away. I was a tech CEO and founder of a filmmaking community. And I started getting called out of that founder mentality, out of that tech filmmaker platform. And I thought, oh no, this is my life's work. I have to hold on to this. Who am I to be a coach? Who am I to be a transformational guide? And it wouldn't let me go. And so I had to look at the old ideas that I was holding on to about even the word coach, about a narrative that I believed was true to be that women cannot guide others. And I'm a feminist. There's no way I would believe that. But when I dug deep, I believed that. It was some old childhood stuff I had to let go of. And I'm so grateful I did. Because now I'm here with you, telling you that you can use this framework to take the next step. You can say yes to the threshold moment, even though you don't know what clarity looks like on the other side of this decision. But I will tell you that you will become all of yourself if you say yes to yourself. And you will burn out if you don't say yes to yourself. It is calling you for a reason. And it is pure joy to take that next step forward, even when you don't know what it looks like on the other side. Trust me, I've been there. I'm living it today. And I have never been more content or more happy in my life. It works. It really works. And these 12 creative keys just give you a process of figuring out what is calling you and how to go through that calling. So I invite you to join the Leadership Council. It is free to join the circle. We will be doing a Creative Keys Leadership Council, which is a 6-week program coming up in April, or whenever you see this, get on the website and I'll tell you when the next one is. But the leadership circle is free. If you're still with me, make sure to make a comment of a word that you are struggling with today. And if you don't want to do a word that you're struggling with, write a word that feels good, that feels hopeful. Like, what is it that's calling you? What is it that's saying, please choose me? Please listen to me. Because there is a reason for that call. There is a reason you are restless. And you just have to go in, which is a creative act, to go in and dig in and figure out what it is and then say yes and take one little step at a time. That's all that's required. You don't have to burn anything down. You just take one little step at a time, because I'm telling you that if it wants you, then it is for you, and there is a path forward. If you're in a moment right now when something is shifting in your life or leadership, call into the show, text the show. It's 1-801 the key. That's 1-801-843-5397. And if you want to go deeper, join us inside the Creative Leadership Circle. It's free, it's real conversations, and it's where we start living what we already know is true. You are not behind, you are not lost, and you are okay. I want you to become all of yourself so that you can have a felt life and live with joy and purpose, so that you can be yourself and be all of yourself. Because guess what? You already have the permission. No one is coming to give you permission. You own the permission slip. So join the circle. How to join is in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next Sunday. This is The Keys with Paige Williams.